Although the theory of demographic transition has appreciated widely by the demographers, it has been criticized on many counts. Laski and Wildcoase asserted that the theory is neither predictive nor its stages are sequential and inevitable. For example, China has entered the third stage of demographic transition owing to the one-child policy adopted by the government in the 80s. Non-applicability to less developed countries. One of the principal criticisms of the demographic transition model is its questionable applicability to less developed countries, where prerequisites for wealth and information access are limited. Applicability for the demographic transition model to less developed countries has been questioned on several grounds. For example, the demographic transition model has been validated primarily in Europe, Japan and North America, where demographic data exists over centuries, whereas high quality demographic data for most less developed countries did not become widely available until the mid-20th century. Secondly, the demographic transition model does not account for recent phenomena such as AIDS. 94% of all HIV cases are found in underdeveloped countries, and thus the mortality decline of most of the sub-Saharan Africa has been arrested starting in mid-1990s. Thus, there was increase in death rate of this reason, which was opposite to the theory's postulation. Neo-Malthusian objections. The demographic transition model is used to classify countries into general groups. Hence, it is unable to take into account evolutionary changes in the processes of population growth and classify diverse population into distinct but coherent stages of the development process. Neo-Malthusians argue that the long-term fertility of a population depends on the most rapidly breeding subgroups within the population. If a rapidly breeding subgroup sustains its high fertility, it will eventually expand its numbers and restore the whole population to higher fertility. All over the world, groups with lower income, lower educational levels and more traditional social beliefs have higher fertility. In most countries, poor parents decide to have many children and invest little in education, which implies that more weight gets placed on such families. Consequently, an increase in equality lowers average education and therefore economic growth. Until now, the demographic transition model provides no explanation for this demographic economic paradox, and it is possible dysgenic consequences which may cause a cyclic behavior of human population dynamics.